Bitch, we need to talk. We need to talk. I have a problem. I have a lot of problems, okay? But it's kind of a big problem. Give me 1 second, because this shit is blowing my ears out like it's real loud. Hold on. This feels better. Hold on. Let's get into this problem. Hold on. Wait. Okay. Welcome back to my podcast. This is Aleesha's pod, and this bitch has a lot of problems, and sometimes you see her feet. So, oh fuck. Fucking beanbags. Okay. What's my problem? What the hell is your problem? Okay. My problem is that I ghost people. Okay. And I'm not just talking about I've ghosted like people that I've dated, which untrue, but it's important people. I ghosted a fucking therapist. And okay, story time. I ghosted my therapist. This therapist I think was my first therapist that I had. And at the time, and yeah, we're going to get just straight into things this episode because I'm lit as fuck. So at the time, I was 14. I'll just say 14. I was 14, 13, 14, 15. Not 15. Anywhere from 12 to 14 was my age, all right? And let me not say, but I was in therapy because someone in my family sucks really bad and was like traumatizing me. And so I got a therapist, and while they were sent away, okay, so the person in my family got sent away for a little bit, and I got a therapist, and I would see her through like Zoom, so like telehealth, I think it's called, but it's like basically Zoom. I would see her through there, and it would be like an hour session weekly. And it was good at first, you know. She was very religious, which was kind of weird, and I kind of hate when therapists are religious because I'm like, bro, don't tell me to talk to God right now. Like, I need psychiatric help. Like, but anyway, so I would talk to her once a week for an hour, and she was chill. Like, she was definitely like on the older side, so I kind of understand why she would tell me that I needed to go like to church. I mean, which is so inappropriate in a professional setting, but anyway, I was fucking a young teenager. Like, this was 4 or 5 years ago. I don't even know anymore. And so let me get comfy. So, ignore this, like, insane man spread. Hold on. So, I would see her once a week. How many times am I going to repeat myself? I literally don't know. I can't right now. But, okay. After a while, it started to get kind of... I was just like, I don't need this bitch. Like, I really don't. And I'm fine. Like, because back then, I would really, like... take things like hard. Like, if I remember in that period of time, I deleted all of my playlists that had any sad music at all. Like, and I had one playlist that was all like upbeat songs. Like, there was not a single sad song on that because I was not allowed to listen to sad songs, which is something that I did for myself. Like, no one told me to do that. I just did it. And so I did that. I literally did not listen to sad music for months, and I stopped using TikTok. Like, I didn't delete the app off my phone, but I just wouldn't go on it ever, which is crazy compared to now, because now anytime I'm doing nothing, it's but yeah, so I was like really tapping into like the mental health, like romanticizing everything at this age, because I didn't know any different. Because I would go on like Instagram, and I had like an app that gave me like quotes of the day, and I would be like, yeah, fuck yeah. Like, it would be like, live with your glass half full rather than half empty, or like some cliche shit like that. And I would be like, fuck yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. Like, no one can get in my way today because my glass is half full. Like, don't play with me right now. Like, my glass is half full. Like, don't even try it. And I don't know. I was like in a trance or something back then. I think I just couldn't process anything that was happening to me emotionally, and so I was just like, hell yeah. Like, fuck yeah. And so I really just felt like, oh, I don't need this bitch. Like, she's just holding me back because she's making me talk about like things that are so stupid, and like I am literally over it, which I'm not even over that shit to this day. Like, oh, I don't fucking play about my emotions right now. But she would literally just make me talk about like my trauma with like my mom, and that was like not relevant to the situation that I was going through. And I also don't really give a fuck about my mom. Like, what at this point, like, fuck it. But yeah, she would just make me talk about my fucking mom, and that wasn't even the problem. The problem was someone else in my family. So I was like, fuck this therapy bitch ass. Like, this is for like crybaby ass hoes. I'm fine. I have my motivation app. Like, I don't need to go to this shit. So I would start missing them. And here's one of the most memorable moments. And I think this was before the person in my family got sent away. They had come home and like freaked me out by saying something crazy to me. And so I called my therapist because I was like fucking home alone, and I was like fucking 13. Like, it was so crazy. And so I was like freaked out. I told my therapist, and she was like, you need to call your dad or I'm going to call the cops. Like, you need to call your dad or I'm going to call the cops. And I was like, well, I'm going to talk to my dad, obviously. And she was like, nope, he needs to be home right now or I'm going to call the police. Like, I'm going to call the police and I'm going to call him right now. And if I can't get in contact with him, then I'm bringing the police to your house. And I was like, girl, at this point, mind your business. Like, and it wasn't even, I didn't even say what the words were that were told to me by the person in my family. Like, I was just like, so what can I say and what can I not say? And she would just kept on threatening to call the cops. Like, I don't remember the exact conversation, but I remember I didn't say anything that was like exact because I knew like I could get in trouble for saying something like really like vulgar or like threatening, I guess. So I didn't really say much, but she was still threatening to call the cops. And so I talked to my dad. Like, my dad came home, I talked to him, I told him, and my therapist was done with that situation. Then there's another situation where I was like, I don't want to go to therapy, so I'm just going to shower and miss all her calls on purpose. Or it might have been that, or it was that I genuinely forgot that I had therapy, but I'm not entirely sure. But I remember, so I was in the shower when I was supposed to be having therapy, and my dad came knocking on my door of the bathroom while I was showering, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna get out of the shower to go answer the door, because normally my dad, like, back then, like, if he was knocking on my door, it was like for something that could wait, like, and like, I'm not getting out of the shower if someone knocks on my door, but if you're like yelling at my door, like, maybe, or like I'll be like, what do you want? So I think I remember asking him like why he was banging on the door, because it went on for a good amount of time. And then he was like, your therapist is on the phone. I was like, what do you mean? And then he was telling me like, oh, like, you need to call her. She won't let me put the phone down unless she hears your voice. Like psycho bitch. Like, and he was like saying like, she's gonna call the cops on me if you don't like talk to her. Like, she wants to talk to you. She wants to hear you and like she wants to know that you're alive. And I was like, what? Like, sorry, dude. Like, I was fucking in the shower. literally in the fucking shower. And so I got on the phone with her and I'm like, yes, like what the fuck? Because what the fuck? And I think she made me like say my name or like and explain what I was doing. And I was like, girl, I'm fucking butt ass naked, dripping in fucking soap, and you're threatening to call the cops on my fucking dad because I missed your call. Maybe she needed to go to therapy, honestly. But anyway, I remember she would text me and be like, I'm trying to get in contact with you. And she would text me like her name. And thinking back on this, I'm like, maybe she was just like a crazy person and not actually a therapist. Like, who did I get referred out to by my doctor? I don't know. Like, where is my insurance booking these people? Don't freaking know. She would text me like saying that, oh, I'm trying to get in contact with you. Please answer. Like, we have a session today. Do you want to reschedule? Like, and I just didn't answer. I just would not answer. I refused to answer. And I don't remember what even happened. Like, but I never saw her again. Because I was like, you're crazy? Like, why? What? Like, is that allowed even? Like, are therapists allowed to, like, threaten to call the cops if I'm not answering the phone? Shocking as fuck. Okay. So that was that story. Be careful who you confide in with your therapist, man, because if I had a therapist like that now, I would be like, fuck no. Transfer me to someone else. Like, you're fucking tripping. Like, I wonder if that lady is still a therapist or if she, like, retired / lost her job. Like, I would love to know. Because isn't that, like, crazy? Like, why are you gonna call the cops on my dad because I'm not coming to the phone? Like, and he was telling her, like, oh, she's in the shower. Because, like, I was in the fucking shower. That's why I wasn't answering the phone. And she was on the phone saying that if she didn't hear my voice, that she was going to have to call the cops. And there was no reason for her to believe that my dad would do anything to harm me at all. Because my dad, like, I've never spoken badly about my dad, like, in a way that would make him seem threatening to me. Like, yeah, I'll be like, oh, my dad's annoying me. But, like, that's normal. Like, I fear that's not, he's going to fucking kill me and, like, kidnap me. Like, that's not. And how does he kidnap me? I don't think he can. Because he's in full custody of me. Like, what's like the suspicion there and like the connection that she's trying to make, or the connection that she made in her fucking head? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, you want to know another story of who I ghosted? My first guitar teacher. So I started playing guitar in 2020. And then I didn't play it for like 2 years, but here's why. So I started playing guitar in 2020. My first guitar was like a $75 guitar that I found at this place local to me where I had shopped before, because I used to be in band like in middle school and I played the clarinet, so I would have to like go get reeds and stuff. So I went to this place that I had been before. Well, I think I called them first because it was like quarantine, literally, like no businesses were open. So I was like, do you guys have any guitars? And like she was telling me, we have this one, it's like $75. And I was like, okay, balling on a budget. So I went and I bought the $75 guitar, and I was like, well, do you like lessons or something? And she told me that there was someone who could do lessons for me. And so I was like, fuck yeah. So I got lessons for that guitar, but it was virtual. So I think I did like 1 or 2 lessons and I was like, yeah, I'm done. And so I would just try to learn how to play songs on my own. And I would get really frustrated because when you first start playing guitar, you don't have the calluses. And so it hurts really, 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 really bad. And like the positioning for like certain chords or like things like that is like really hard at first. Like, it was just, I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I don't have the hands to do this. My fingers don't bend that way. And so I gave up. And I remember me and my dad went on this camping trip because there was supposed to be a meteor shower. We went literally to the middle of nowhere. It was like someone's house. They had land because we wanted to go somewhere that was like remote and like there were no streetlights. So we drove like a couple hours from my house and we found this place. And it was this fucking, like, I don't know what it was, but this guy just had a bunch of land and he had campgrounds above. Like, when we got there, it was like the only house for probably like 20 miles. And there was nothing for like 50 fucking miles. Like, I swear. Like, no stores, no nothing. Just like maybe a gas station somewhere. It was like the most secluded area and I was kind of scared, but I was with my dad, so I was like, I'll be fine. But yeah, we pulled up to this person's house and they had like this dog and it was so cute and it was following us around the whole day. But I remember going up there and you like go up this steep ass hill, like, and it kind of winds around. I don't know. But we went there and it was lit and I completely forgot what I was talking about before this. Oh yeah, my guitar. So I brought my guitar up there and I was trying to learn how to play Heather by Conan Gray. And literally could not do it. Like, it hurt so insanely bad. And yeah, I also recall eating Fruit Loops there. Like, that's kind of all I ate was just Fruit Loops on that trip. Back to the point of the story. I ghosted that guitar teacher because I was like so discouraged and I was just like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm never gonna be good at playing guitar and this person is not gonna freaking help me. Like, fuck this stupid instrument. And I was done for a couple years. I think I picked up the guitar again in 2022. And I would play here and there, and then I was gifted another guitar, which was an electric guitar, and I started playing that one more. Then I got back into lessons. And then, y'all, I'm about to give you so much tea, but my next, so like my second guitar teacher, okay. He was like really great at first, but sometimes he would just not be there when I would show up and I would be like confused, okay? And after a while of doing those lessons, I joined my first band, which was through that music school. So like we would practice at that location, like at the music school. So I was in a band and it was led by a different teacher. And this different teacher, love, okay? I miss him and I miss those lessons so much and I would like to get back into doing that. So maybe I will. But yeah, so can I stop saying I don't know. So basically, once I joined this band, it was led by another guy. And he was like so much better. He taught every instrument. So he's taught me how to play drums and piano. And once I stopped seeing my second guitar teacher, I went to him. So after that band, I realized kind of like the leader of the band, the teacher guy, he was like teaching theory to like the rest of the band members, like while I was just there, because I was the only one who didn't have him as my instructor / teacher. And so I was like, I want to be taught by this guy. So I started being taught by the new guy. And shortly after that, so that teacher stopped working at that music school. He sent me an email and then I would see him at his condo. And here's the thing. Once he moved to his condo, I was like, what the heck happened? And I guess, well, I kind of knew something was up with the first teacher because he sometimes in the middle of our lessons, like, he would get really sweaty and this is like such a weird observation to make, but he would get really sweaty and pale and leave the room, run to the bathroom, be like, I'll be right back. Leave the room, come back, super silent, okay? And So I knew something was up, but I wasn't sure exactly what. And he also just, he had a certain like vibe about him that I can't explain or describe, but it was just like, I really don't know. I just had a bad feeling, okay? And then, okay, so once I started seeing this other guy at his condo, he explains to me that the guy was like taking like steroids, like for the gym, like gym performance slash like aesthetics stuff. Like, you know, people who take like roids in the gym, like, I don't know. Tren, is that what they call it? Tren? I think it's Tren. Let me know in the comments below if you take Tren. Let me know. Okay. Tren. Let me know if you take Tren. Okay. But he was taking that shit, and I guess he was at the music school kind of late, and the person who stayed the latest was the condo guy. The condo guy stayed the latest at the music school, but I guess they were both there one night, and the roid rage man, the trend man, Mr. Tren, we're going to call him Mr. Tren. Mr. Tren went to the band stage, and mind you, all the equipment up there, like the drums and the piano and stuff, that belonged to Mr. Condo. And Mr. Tren went in there and had a roid rage, and he threw down all of Mr. Condo's equipment, and he like fucked everything up. And I don't know, I guess like they would get in arguments a lot because Tren, but yeah, I just thought it was crazy and so disrespectful. Like, he owned Mr. Tren owned the music school, so he knows damn well how expensive all that stuff is. And like, don't play in my face. Like, literally don't play in my fucking face, because fuck around and find out. You know what I mean? Like, take Tren and find out. So yeah, he was like, fuck this guy and fuck this place. I'm gonna do lessons in my condo, and period, because his rates are great. He's an amazing teacher. He's taught me literally everything I know. And guys, I'm feeling really inspired to go back to him right now. I really am. Sorry, I just ate like tacos because I'm really good at fucking cooking, and I made tacos. If you eat my tacos, then you don't need Tren. So basically, another thing that happened to me today, I was at Burlington in Porter Ranch. Burlington. I was at Burr, and I was exiting the parking lot, and I had to turn right. And across the street from me is Shepherd Church, and people are turning left out of there, and it's a Sunday today, so it's a church day. And it was like 12:30 when I was leaving. So there were people directing traffic, because if you don't know, Shepherd Church is so big, and there were so many people on the street because it's a Sunday morning. And so I had to make a right onto the street. So picture me, this is me, and then there's a street across from me, and then there's another one and another one. So it's like a regular intersection with like a traffic light, but there's officers directing traffic because there's so many people. This cross street is a street that I need to get on, and I'm making a right onto the street, okay? The streets are backed up. There's no one in the middle of the intersection because both sides are like fucking full because the other light was off. Am I explaining this right? I don't know. But I basically had to make a right onto the main street, and it was backed up. So I couldn't fucking go anywhere. And on top of that, there were like 3 or 4 cars in front of me. The man behind me, and mind you, I have a magnet on the back of my car that's like a rainbow, because, I mean, fucking take a look at me. Take a look at me, okay? And if you saw the bottom of my foot, no, you fucking didn't. So I needed to make a right, okay? No, there's people in front of me. There's people behind me, because it's busy as fuck. Like, the street's packed. I can't fucking go anywhere. No one can fucking go anywhere because the light is red. And the man behind me is in a white Toyota Tacoma truck. Okay? The man behind me is in a white Toyota Tacoma truck. Toyota Tacoma truck. TTT. So I was like, just fucking sitting there at the fucking red light, and this man goes, boop, 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 boop. That's the horn, okay? Boop, boop. Like, every 5 fucking seconds. And I'm like, where the fuck do you want me to go? Where the fuck are you trying to go? Like, back up then. Go around me, go on the sidewalk. Like, I don't give a fuck, but you need to shut your bitch ass up. And I remember the light turning green, and no one was really going, and I was kind of confused, but I wasn't, like, impatient, because obviously the street's fucking backed up, like, what the fuck, and there's people directing traffic, and I can't really see them at the moment, because I'm behind, like, 4 fucking cars, like, the street's full, like, I can't see, okay? So I'm not moving, no one's moving, and then the light turns green, they let a few people go to make the right that I was making, and I end up at the front of the row. So I'm like, okay, I can see now, like, I'm good. The guy behind me still beep, 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 beep. Like, what the fuck are you? Like, stop. So the light is fucking red, and I hear beep, beep. Street is backed up. Like, no one's fucking going through the fucking intersection on the main road because it's full of cars. Like, there's nowhere to go. They would just block the intersection. And this man is still beep, beep. So I inch forward a little because I'm like, bitch, like, fuck off. And then the light turns green, okay? The light turns green, and he holds down the horn. So all I'm hearing is, like, that's literally all I'm hearing. And I'm stressed out because the people directing traffic are telling people across from me, like, to make their left. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to make my right because I don't know if they're going or not. And so it was 2 lanes on the main street. And sometimes when people make left turns, they, like, go into the wrong lane, or, like, the next lane over, which would be my lane. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna let them go. But then we were both hesitating, and all I'm hearing is like, trying to make up my mind. And I ended up just going because I was like, my ears hurt, honestly, at this point, and if I get hit, they're getting hit too. So as soon as I go, riding my ass, like, probably an inch of space between my bumper and his. And I switched lanes to the left because that's where I needed to be, because I needed to make a left afterwards. And he comes behind me. Or no, he comes, so, like, he's really close to the back of me. This is me, and this is him, right? This is me. I move over. He goes literally, like, almost fucking touching the side of my car. His window is down, and he's like, and this is one of those times where I had to just, 1, like, hold back my laughter. 2, am I scared? I don't know. But I went like this. Through my window back. Because why did he think I was going to have my window open too? I don't know. Like, I'm not going to fucking listen to you, pussy. And he was one of those guys who, like, okay, one of those guys who look like they've been, like, either haven't slept in 6 to 7 months, or have done meth, or are on a bender, or, like, snort some cocaine sometimes, or, like, just somehow, somewhere, someday, high as fuck, okay? He has this hat on. Okay. Imagine he's Rudy Panko, okay? Which, okay, no disrespect to Rudy Panko, like, he is fine as fuck, respectfully, and, I don't mean any disrespect, but just imagine Rudy Panko with, like, that OBX hat on, that he has on an OBX, and eye bags that are huge as fuck, like, giving, like, frog neck eye bags, like that big round, you know, baggy neck, Imagine that right here on your under eye. And imagine it being red and pink and inflamed, okay? Rudy Panko with pink frog neck eye bags, all right? Fucking screaming, like his eyes are fucking drooping, and I'm just like out my window. And then the light was at a stop, and so I had to stop, and I purposely stopped like 2 cars behind him because I thought I was gonna get like I thought he was gonna like pull out and like start shooting me. And I was like, yeah, I don't actually want to be anywhere near that because I'm actually scared now. But guys, take this as your sign to not fucking fuck with anyone. Because that was such a high, but I was honestly just terrified the whole time. And I don't know if it's because I was gay. Because why are you honking at me when the light is red? Because where am I supposed to move? So that makes me think it was because of my magnet. But to genuinely see someone get that mad over a fucking magnet, like, what if I just like the colors? Like, you think I'm a gay because I have a rainbow? Like, the fuck? But it's just, like, interesting, you know? Like, if it was because of the magnet, I just find it really interesting that it makes you so mad that, like, that genuinely triggers you to be, like, so mad. Like, why does that make, like, how does that make someone so fucking mad? Like, I understand being, like, I mean, I don't understand because, like, fuck off. But, like, it's a more normal reaction to be like, ooh, like, ew, or something, you know? As opposed to, like, fucking honking at me and, like, screaming at me through the window. Like, this bitch was fuming. And you know what? That's their truth, I guess. But fuck you, because this is mine. And I will be gay. I will make out with women. And there's nothing that could change. There's nothing that you screaming at me with your fucking frog ass, red ass eye bags could... There's nothing your frog ass could say or do to me that I would be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to date my girlfriend any longer. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so disgusted with her and with myself. Like, I can't do this anymore. This guy with frog-ass eye bags was yelling at me at the fucking Shepherd Church when I was leaving Burlington. Like, I can't do this anymore, guys. I have to break up with my... You think that would genuinely send me to an existential crisis? Like... Bitch, even if I got my ass beat, I would still be dating my girlfriend. Like, y'all are tripping. And maybe you need to go to fucking Shepherd Church. Like, I think, in my head, and as far as I know, God loves all. And, I think that when people take it too far, they make it their own. They take it into their... Like, they take it upon themselves to, like, spread the word of God, but it's really their perceived version of God that is hateful towards other people, which, if you believe that God is real, good for you. I think I believe that something is real, but I don't know exactly what yet. You know, like, I believe in God because that's kind of the placeholder for something that is real that I can, like, believe in. But yeah, I really think that religion is really based off of your own, the way you perceive your own things and, like, the way that your brain processes its own things. Like, because everything that you think about things is because of things that you've experienced. You know what I mean? Like, if I tripped and ate shit and, like, today, if I get up right now and I trip and I fucking eat shit and I bang my knee on the ground, I'm probably not going to give that much of a fuck. Like, I'll probably be on the floor and be like, oh, that freaking hurt. But I'm not going to get up. And, like, someone who got bullied for tripping and eating shit when they were younger, they'd probably sit there and be like, fuck, what the fuck? I can't believe I just did that. Like, you know? And that's because we've all had different life experiences. Sorry, I just like realized what example I just used to, like, I'm fucking talking about religion right now. Oh. Okay. But you know what I mean? Like, if you got bullied for something, and then like 20 years later you get made fun of for the same thing, it's not gonna hit, like it's gonna hit harder or just as hard as it did when you were bullied as a kid. But like if you never got told you were ugly and then you get told that you're ugly like 20 years, like, you know what I mean? I think y'all know what I mean. I could come up with so many different scenarios, but I think it's time to wrap this up, to be honest. I've told ghosting stories, 2 ghosting stories, camping stories, guitar stories. Like, I've told you the Tren story. I told you the Burt story. Like, Burlington and Rudy Panko with frog neck ass pink eye bags. Period. Well, thank you guys so much for watching and listening, or whatever you decided to do today. There's not really much to watch besides like my hands moving around, because I do that a lot. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good week, and I hope you liked the last podcast, and I hope you like this podcast, and I hope you like my music. Please listen to my music. I should be coming out with something pretty soon, within like sometime in May. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, listening, taking this in, perceiving it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry, I had to let that out. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Ugh. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Comment down below any recommendations for anything that I should talk about, or if you need advice on anything, or if you want me to talk about anything, or if you fuck with this sick ass hat that I bought at Burlington. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.